Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Raynday Gaming. My name is Raynday, and today I've got a brand new dare me for you guys in Siege mode, which is probably unusual for most of you guys watching my channel, and it's called Slippery Serpent Kukulkan. That's right, we're going to be playing with all movement speed items, at least as many movement speed items we can buy until we have to buy other items. And so the idea with this dare is that he is basically going to be very hard to catch, very fast. It'll result in quite a bit of attack speed as well, so it's kind of like a basic attack, fast-moving Kukulkan, and I have to say, it works. Yeah, it does. And you know why? Because Kukulkan is a hard carry mage if you can get him to late game and have him not be farmed out of his mind. If you can do that, you can still carry as a Kukulkan late game. It is absolutely ridiculous how much damage this guy can put out, and he's got a lot of utility as well in his kit, including the slow from Zephyr and as well as the area circumference of tornadoes called Whirlwind, his number 3, which can be a great thing to run in and out of after you've gone ahead and applied your number 2, your movement speed increase Slipstream. He can be just really good at boxing, dodging basics, adding basics himself, add Fatalis onto that. Oh my gosh, Wingblade, if he gets slowed, he's already got an immunity to slows. Now he's getting increased by 40% plus his 40%. It can get crazy. This is a great game. I'm so excited to bring this to you guys and spend a little bit more time with you than I have been in the last couple of games. I know it's only been, everyone I've been playing has been like surrenders and stuff, so we won't be doing that this time. I do want to mention to all the people who saw the floppy noodle god reveal on my channel, I'm sorry about the April Fools, guys. I had to do it. You know, I've been rickrolled. I've had that experience. It's great. It's funny. It's annoying, but it's like, it's something you remember. And if I did get you, I feel very happy because it's a memory that you will have. Now, our Hunbots here is on the right side. Actually, it's a Xbalanque. This is one of the matches of the days here. And I see Hunbots and the other Xbalanque on there, so I'm deciding to go back side here. But let me just tell you, the Xbalanque is almost dead. I misplaced the tornadoes, and it's actually the Awilix, but my minions are actually hitting the crap out of me here. They're slamming me down, and the Hunbots number 2 goes ahead and kills me. I mean, that could not have been played any worse on my end. I let minions whoop my butt mercilessly for like 3 minutes. I just stood there taking minion archers to the face, and then basically a monkey came and slapped his big stick on my butt, and it killed me. And so that's never a good strategy. But Bordeaux gets the return kill onto Kukulkan, which I guess that's a mix between Kukulkan and a Pina Colada, the monkey there. And we do go ahead and still have a little bit of presence in this lane. As I come back, I'm telling him sorry. And it's just really not my best start there. So I'm being super cautious here. I think I just got a little ahead of myself. And in Siege, it's important to, like any other game mode where there is more of a potential to snowball, unlike Arena, to really make sure that you do pay a little bit more attention, because the first couple of kills, the first way the dice rolls can be a big impact on how the game goes. Whether your minion lane is pushed in, whether you have to spend the time on the defensive, whether you can then start rotating. As you see, the gank comes in from the backside trying to get on me. I miss my Zephyr, I miss my Whirlwind, and now I'm just basic attacking, trying to give our Xbalanque some space, but I am almost dead. The Xbalanque pops his ultimate so I can get away, but I actually turn around because of a wrinkle in time that took place. It's just something that happens. I call it a wrinkle in time, but it's when I'm using my mouse, sometimes it flips me the other direction. I don't know why. It's the worst when I'm playing raw and I'm trying to 360 no-scope somebody. But you see here, I try and help the Bordeaux there, my Willix, and he just gets taken out. Oh man, Bordeaux actually does not. I don't get it. Wait a second. What just happened? Xbalanque got taken out. Bordeaux got the kill. My bad, guys. So Bordeaux is one of my first 8 subscribers. I just want to shout him out. I'm playing with him in this game. We partied up for a few matches of the days, and if on April's Fools, it was actually really insane because we were getting in matches where like we were picking each other's gods for like the enemy team. I was like ready to do attack speed Noir, and then I'm like, I gave that to the other team, and I ended up like playing Geb, and I'm like, okay, that's not cool. But the nasty Willix ultimate there and the knockup brings him down, and Royal Elite Strash gets taken out by 5 of my basic attacks in a row, and that's just the power of basic attacking and putting yourself in a position to just do consistent damage. It adds up over time, especially when there's that CC chain. She got hit with my slow as well, so it was harder for her to get away and allowed her to stay in range for me to go ahead and finish her off. You see the Kukulkan trying to rotate through the right side. I understand that's where he's coming, and I'm anticipating going to put, let me put these windows here. These windows, the tornadoes there, the whirlwind tornado, but he's still going into the gank on the Xbalanque. The Xbalanque uses his dash. He's trying to get I pop sprint to support him, and I actually hit the monkey with my Zephyr, slowing him for 3 seconds and doing, when that's fully upgraded, a maximum of 240 damage plus 75% of my magical power. We're going to talk about Kukulkan's abilities for those of you who haven't played him. I know a lot of you guys are newer players, especially on Xbox and PS4, and so I want to make sure you know how I'm playing this god and why this is such an unusual build. Well, normally in Dare series, we take a look at how to build gods differently, and that is not necessarily on meta or off meta, it's just different. And especially with gods that are very, very late game damage carry magical gods, it could be very, very hard to not utilize their biggest strength, which is their damage. But in many ways, these gods have unique aspects to their kits that make them unique and formidable in ways you wouldn't expect. Kukulkan can actually have quite a bit of presence on the map in terms of rotating and getting his positions correct for his ultimate, and also just running around people. As you see a little bit of lag come into me, but I see the Humbots here waiting to probably jump over and blink in. I have my ultimate, and I do hit the Kukulkan. I'm not able to finish him off. I do hit the Zephyr though, and I'm backing away with my 2. I'm not turning around. Why is that? Because the Willix, when I turn around, she's going to be able to throw her her Jaguar there, and it just misses. You see that there. Bordeaux cleans up the Kukulkan after I hit him with the Zephyr and the ultimate. A great rotation by him, and he jumps onto Suku there, almost getting out of the jungle scot-free, but he comes back towards lane, feeling very confident there. The Xbalanque with the poison darts and the dash, but it's not enough as Bordeaux pops a health pot and gets himself into lane safely after picking up that kill. So that's just a nice rotation. But as I was saying, Kukulkan is a god that has an inherent movement speed ability. Now, he's very typically squishy, but he's not the easiest god to lock down, especially with that number 2. Now, if you catch him in a bad spot, catch him off guard, Hunbots comes in with an ultimate, hits him with his number 2, his bots, and then basically all of a sudden you go ahead and have a crit on him, like Hunbots was trying to do to me here. It's pretty much GG. But if I catch Hunbots there in my tornadoes, he's in a bad spot. And now I'm trying to chase after him. I've got my Zephyr available. He gets stunned by the Xbalanque. He's trying to hit me with his number 2, but it's not enough. I got 1 basic attack. Can I get another? I do miss that, but the tornadoes come in. I have my Zephyr available. I go ahead and I miss that as well, but 1 more basic attack takes down Kukulkan, and he can go back to the beach where that monkey came from and order himself another. I guess I'm assuming he was ordering pina coladas because his name is Kukulkan. He's trying to be me. He's trying to order pina coladas. He's doing too much, and he just died. I stayed alive, and that's a 2-1-2, making up for my horrible gank in the beginning. And this attack speed not working out too bad. I've got the Traveler Shoes, which is more movement speed, and of course the Winged Blade now, which gives me immunity to slows. Actually, not only immunity to slows when it's active, but when it procs, it gives me a 40% increase in movement speed once I am slowed, and it also gives me just a straight 10% movement increase plus some health, and that early game health is really good for a god like Kukulkan, which actually can get ganked quite often. People will be thinking they're going to take you down a lot easier, but Hunbots' number 2 probably didn't do more than 300 damage to me. You see, I've got my ultimate there trying to save my teammate, but it's not enough. I do, however, hit the tornadoes onto the Willix, and it does take her out, although she gets the kill onto, I believe it was, let's see, it was our Hunbots possibly, and that's just unfortunate. I'm telling him to gank right lane. I'm trying to go around the left-hand side. The Xbalanque is making a little bit of pressure onto the Hunbots, making him go back, and he secures the kill himself and gets the Hunbots ultimate before he dies, so that's going to be on cooldown. So we're feeling really, really good about how we are doing right now. I've almost got Rod of Asclepius picked up, which is, again, another 10% increase to my movement speed and also some magical power, but it gives me this passive that really doesn't affect our team at this point, unfortunately, which is that the healing and regeneration of allies near me gain increases by 20%. This is an item you'd want to pick up typically if you have a healer or somebody who's healing, or if you're the healer and you want people to benefit from your heals more often, or more, more so. As you see, I try and pick up this middle minion here in the siege map. Now, most of you don't know the siege map because I don't play it a lot. So if you're watching my channel exclusively, you don't know a lot about this and how it works. But basically, on the right-hand side, there are ticks, and those ticks are represented, 89 to 100, right? Those are represented by how many minions we've killed and how many jungle camps we've killed. The more minions and jungle camps that you kill, the more those ticks increase. When they get to 100, a big siege minion pops up in one of your lanes and helps you push that lane. So the strategy is to get as many minions kills as you can, pop your siege minions as much as possible, push with them, and then win the game. Now, in the once you get a little stronger or you win a couple engagements, you can go to the middle of the map where there is a kind of a neutral siege minion that you can go ahead and kill. And if you kill that, you spawn an additional siege minion, as a lot of kills are taking place over on the top left side of the map near the enemy siege minion, which is pushing and represented by a big red star. I don't know why that reminds me of a communist sign, but it just freaking does. I don't know why. Does anyone know why I'm getting that vibe? Anyways, the siege minion is almost at our tower. I'm gonna here trying to go ahead and push. I'm worried about this. We've got almost there's tier 2 tower down on the right hand side. I use my ultimate here. Why? Because I just want to put as much damage onto this as possible and save our tower as quickly. I do not want any tower damage on this. I put my full tornado there, my whirlwind, and that should be enough damage to take care of that juggernaut by myself. And so they're gonna have to wait till they get to 100 again. They're at 0 now for another one to spawn, or they're gonna have to get that middle minion, which we've actually gotten as well, and that's gonna be having to wait to respond here. So I've got my second relic. Looks like it's an option for me. I'm thinking about picking up Sanctuary because I don't really want to deal with the damage from Kukulkan and Hun bots, but then I'm thinking about Frenzy. But then, you know what? I'm starting to really think, I really do need to stay alive. I need to stay alive. The more I'm alive, the more tornadoes I'll put out, the more I'll be able to really damage people and contribute to the team fight. I think that Aegis will get me out of a bad spot, and because I've got so much movement speed with this Dare build, it's going to put me in a better situation. Now I'm here. I save the Hun bots because of my posturing there, and I slow for 3 seconds. I'm getting a ton of basic attacks on him. I activate my number 2, and now I'm immune to slows, and I'm backing up very fast. He cannot take care of me, but my minion wave comes right in time. I hit him with my Zephyr as well, and I Aegis. He dives my tower, and he actually takes a ballista bolt to go down, and that is an outplayed by me. I'm typing that to you guys right there. I had my Aegis available, and just goes to show Aegis, or Sanctuary as it's called now, proving its worth. That was a great solo for that Hun bots, and he just did not expect to get basic attacked so much. I didn't even have Fatalis, so you can imagine how much that would have gone in my favor if I did that, because when you have Fatalis, the movement speed debuff is reduced when you basic attack. So it's basically like you could just move normal speed. So I would have been able to back up towards him and back up away from him, still basic attack him, and he would have been in range to basic attack me, because obviously I'm a ranged basic attack and he is a melee basic attack. I've got my ultimate and I'm looking to find somebody. Bordeaux picks up the Kukulkan there. The Hun bot's ultimate comes out onto the Xbalanque, and Xbalanque is not left to say anything because Hunbot says get out of town and go back to base. He's been taken out. Bordeaux picks up another one there, taking out Royal Elite's trash, and I've got to stop taking this tower. I am Kukulkan. I am not Arnold Schwarzenegger. I cannot tank that tower. I'm not a buff dude. I have to get back here. I'm a little mage, and I am trying my best to stay alive with this slippery serpent Kukulkan. I see the monkey coming here, and I throw that tornado right there, so he has to walk through it if he wants to beat me, and I use my number 2 to get out of the way. Slipstream helping me to stay basically engaged with this monkey. I'm calling for help, always a smart thing to do, and I slow him so that he has to stay in my tornadoes and take a little bit of damage. You see the basic attacks coming out. I've got my Zephyr. I do try and fire it on him, and I use my ultimate, but he Aegises. However, he dodges out of the way as well. I activate my sprint, but Xbalanque was there. I did not need to dive that tower, and now I am in trouble. The Kukulkan is pursuing me, and he hits me with his ultimate. Maybe I should be basic attacking, but it's not enough time because he, with the stun and the damage from Xbalanque, secured that kill on me. The real problem with that play was that I dove that kill for that Hun bots. I had won the engagement. He was forced to back, he was forced to retreat, and Xbalanque was going to clean it up anyway. If I had more map awareness, I shouldn't have dived that, shouldn't have used my sprint, and really, I shouldn't have been so greedy. But I realize I am a greedy player, and that is just the case, and I want to make plays. I want to be on the highlight reel. I know that about myself, and I just, it's something that I want to do. So honestly, I have to be very, very cautious about some stuff like that. I'm hoping that my man here gets the kill, but he cannot find the damage over time onto the Kukulkan on the enemy team, and actually the Willix goes ahead and picks him up like it's super easy. I say unlucky, and my man from my clan says agreed, Monkey Man, at the same exact time. And that just throws me off a little bit because I'm thinking, did he read my game chat and respond? But obviously he didn't do that. I guess he was just responding to a conversation that happened to completely flow perfectly with that. If it would have been like agreed, Kukulkan, whose name is Raynday in real life, and I would be like, okay, wow, that is weird. But no, he didn't. He didn't do that, guys. If you're enjoying the video, please leave a like, share, a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see me do next. Hopefully, I'm doing this build. I'm doing this build to the best of my ability, and I think you guys will enjoy how this game turns out. It's a lot of fun doing these dares. I gotta say, the best part about this series is the interaction, the ideas you come out with. The ultimate now, however, from Xbalanque, putting me in a horrible position. I cannot see anything. It looked like my ult did not hit, and Xbalanque's ult just so dang annoying. The complete blackness. I mean, you know, it's one of those things where he's always got such a good presence in Smite because of the fact that this global ultimate is just so disorienting. It's one of those things where you can always find a way to find value in his kit on a team fight, and that's why Xbalanque for me has always stayed relevant in the Smite metas. You can never count him out. He's always a decent pick. And it's because not only is he one of the biggest late game carries if he gets fed, but it's because that global ultimate, it just has an immediate and constant impact on the fight no matter what. Not being able to see is not being able to see. I don't care how good your communications are. If you can't see it, you can't actually make a lot of the plays that you would want to be able to make. I mean, this is not a game that's meant to be played blind, and it's some serious hampering when that takes place. We lose our right tower as they're pushing with a siege minion, and Hunbots is over there trying to go ahead and defend on our team. I'm pushing this left lane because I want to clear out some of these minions before I head over there, and hopefully I can get there in time. I've got my number 2, but it's not fully upgraded. But what my number 2 does, and why I think this Slippery Serpent is a cool idea, is because, like I just activated there, it gives me an additional up to 40% movement speed. I've got my ultimate. I want to hit as many people as possible, and I clean up the Swamp Slop Xbalanque just like that. I've got a basic attack or 2 ready to go, and I turn around and fire the 3rd basic attack, stealing the double kill and taking him down. A Willix and Xbalanque get sent back to base when I come over and get in their face. And that, my friends, is how you rhyme and kill 2 people in Smite. That was a great rotation. It was right behind them. That time, I hit my tornadoes, I hit my ultimate, and just deleted Xbalanque, and pretty much a Willix didn't have much to do. As you can see, such value in Kukulkan's abilities and the slow and the way that he is able to go ahead about and work it. I see here another Kukulkan. I'm trying to get away, but he hits me with a Zephyr, and I did not expect that. I did not want that to happen. However, I am safe. He is not going to try and tower dive me, unlike how I probably would have done if I were him. But now he's getting aggressed on by the Alpwatch and the Willix. He is pushed too far, and there's just nothing he can do at that point. And that is why Kukulkan is a relatively good god. Hard damage. I mean, great damage. But if he gets caught, he gets caught. There was no way out. Some gods you might have been able to run out. A Willix might have gotten out of that situation, right? Kukulkan, absolutely no way. As I pop in near my siege minion, that little portal can take you to wherever your siege minion is if you have one spawn. I see here the Willix trying to backdoor me, and I'm very aware of that. I see the Kukulkan coming as well. I missed my Zephyr, so the slow isn't online. I pop my tornadoes to give a little bit of a buffer for where I want to run. I let the Kukulkan get the stun on me to stop his movement speed, although I did not want to get hit. I realize it's not too much damage, but now the ultimate from Xbalanque comes out, and I cannot see, and I'm in a bad spot. But our Xbalanque counter ults as well, so they have to stop. So that that pretty much nullifies the fighting for about 3 seconds. Now the Kukulkan is on a back turn. The Hunbots is going in on our team. He gets the jump. He does the extra damage, but the Hunbots from their team goes ahead and kills it out. My ultimate misses. However, I got the Kukulkan trapped in my ult, and it goes ahead with the knock up and the pullback from Awilix's ult to go ahead and get the damage over time to kill him. I've got another double kill there after hitting that basic attack on the Xbalanque, and now the monkey is there. I missed my whirlwind tornadoes, but I've got a couple of basic attacks that say he should be dead soon. He actually runs into my tornado, but it ends right on time, and now I could be in trouble. The Awilix is here. I've got nothing. I've got an Aegis, so I'm just trying to buy myself time, but dang, Drake Bell hits the Zephyr right after my Aegis pops, and that's just all she wrote. That does too much damage. I was expecting him to miss or to have a little bit more like delay. Maybe I could juke and slow them. He just hit it literally right when my Aegis came up, so I was kind of screwed, unfortunately. But I think that was just a case of staying too long. A lot of times, you know, you see Kukulkan, you just stay a little too long, and you know, that's where you have the issues. You want to play this game like a tactician at all times. I try to, and I try to help you guys to do the same. Let's talk a little bit about Kukulkan's abilities. Like I was saying, number one, Zephyr, it's a slow. You do 240 magical damage plus 75% of your magical power, but you also have a 50% slow on top of that for 3 seconds. That's what's making me so dangerous right now, is because I can basic attack faster than Nanny McPhee's wand would slap your bum if you made a bad decision under her watch. I don't know if that's an actual thing, but you know what? You get it. I can basic attack quickly, and as a result, they're so slow that they have to take all of it. You see, that's 134 damage that they're taking. If I do that 4 or 5 times, that's a 500, 600 damage that I'm able to do to them. And now I've got my ultimate. I'm going into basically an aggression. I try and go ahead and use it, but it misses the Kukulkan. I'm thinking more people are there, and our ally Bordeaux gets taken out. I'm thinking they're going on the right-hand side, so I throw my tornado, my whirlwind, just to basically go ahead and use that as a buffer to make sure that they're not going to be coming and aggressing towards me on this right-hand side. My siege minion is pushing, but I have a little bit more of awareness to defend right now, as they are at our Phoenix, and our siege minion is only, you know, 60% of the way to their Phoenix. I want to save it, but the Hunbots over there gets the Phoenix, and we are now down having to deal with these fire minions, and all of a sudden a game that was pretty much in our hands is actually not going too well. We've got a siege minion at our freaking Titan, and the Awilix pressuring our Hunbots about to kill him. She actually does kill him. The Alpwatch ultimate comes out, and I hit my tornadoes onto the Awilix, and a basic attack will secure the kill. The Juggernaut has been taken down with the help of the Titan and Xbalanque and Alpwatch's ultimate, and now Hunbots is forced to retreat. He looks like he's going to be backing, but I've got to deal with fire minions on this left-hand side, and I know that this game has just taken a turn in the wrong direction. I really want to win this game, but you know what? Our team is not being able to close these objectives. We're spawning these siege minions, but we're not grouping. And one of the things you'll find in Siege is that people will spawn siege minions, but if you have a team that's not really connected or coordinated, and you guys are doing your own thing and you don't group, the enemy team will be able to quickly, with their damage getting stronger and stronger late game, be able to clear the minions quicker, clear the siege minions quicker and quicker if no one else on the other team is pressuring them, and that's what's happening with us. We're getting caught split pushing, and I'm trying to push the fire minions up as much as possible, just basically to make sure we have as much time and are not getting caught on the left-hand side. But now I know this has to be for me. The Xbalanque is coming, and I see him coming. I want to try and fight this, and I do, but I miss my Zephyr, and that's the biggest problem. I get basically cursed, so I decide to go ahead and pop my sprint, but the curse is still active. It does not allow me, but I hit the Xbalanque with my ult. I'm actually dodging a couple. I've got my Aegis. 3 of them are here trying to attack me, but I'm still alive, and I get taken out. 3-man rotation to the right side, and they start backing like they did their job. But you know what? I did my job as well. I did die, but guess what? I gave our team a lot of time. I took 3 of their 5 players who were over here. And by the way, I hope you guys understand, this is a match of the day. So we've got 5 people playing Siege, which is typically a 4-person mode, but I did my job. He's telling me He's telling me to stop splitting, but what I'm saying is we have fire minions. We need to advance push that lane. We cannot let that lane stay even, because the fire minions will basically outpush our regular minions and get into our base, and that's how we die. That's how we get backdoored, and they just run into our base with fire minions and win the game. I've had that happen to me in Siege before. I'm not having that happen here. We lose a right tower, but I've bought ourselves enough time so our right Phoenix is okay. Our left Phoenix is halfway back to respawning, and we've got our left lane pushed. We are not in any immediate danger. We were definitely okay. I'm about to come online. I feel like I made the right call. Although I would have loved to survive, maybe I shouldn't have pushed 1 extra wave. I felt like a 3-man rotation they invested a lot. They did get the kill, but they took a lot of time, and we were able to basically push our lanes and secure a lot of the map in terms of objectives, buffs, all that kind of stuff while that was happening. You see, I bought a ward to make sure that I know where people are coming so we're not getting backdoored. And again, we start looking to find a couple of answers here to push this game into the into the realm of us really taking some Phoenixes now, because that's what we want. We want to get some Phoenixes. Drake Bell getting another killing spree. The Hun bots there, I see him, and I'm pretty much got eyes for him. He's coming around the same jungle routes that I'm taking, and I'm very aware. I'm telling my team on the minimap, this is where they are. I want them to know that. It's very important to try and use your teammates. Let your teammates know. I throw my tornadoes, my whirlwind onto the Hun bots, but it doesn't matter because Alpwatch takes out Kukulkan, and he goes back to base for another 51 seconds. So we've got a little bit of time. I'm trying to defend as I see Xbalanque pushing with these fire minions, but I do not want to go by myself. I'm waiting. We've got a siege minion here, but I missed my Zephyr. Oh my god, Xbalanque here. He's about to kill our siege minion, and now for me, it's time to retreat. I cannot fight a full Xbalanque. I do not want to deal with that. And they're tanking the siege minion. I throw my whirlwind out. The Awilix trying to find me. She misses her Jaguar, and the Hunbot's ultimate comes out, forcing the beads. But I throw my ultimate down, and it's a little bit too late and off the mark. But now we've got the siege minion. We could get this. It's only 1,634 health left, 309, and we do spawn the siege juggernaut on our team. That's a fantastic steal from them, even though the engagement wasn't going our way. The Hunbots blinks over to the Awilix, who's again popping bulwark because of that passive of hers, and actually forcing the Kukulkan to take a little bit of damage from my whirlwind. The Awilix must be still nearby, and she does try to solo me. She gets her number 2 off, and she stuns me a little bit, but our Awilix is here as well. I put my Aegis on, and she's trying to get away. Pops Zuku, and she does get away. Drake Bell taking down the Watch. I have to force back all the way back, throwing my tornadoes down in case someone is pursuing me, and backing up, making sure that Xbalanque or Humbots are not coming through the jungle. But I decided to go back, knowing that my left Phoenix is in trouble. I don't want to back. I don't want to waste the time. I've got a lot of movement speed. My Zephyr is up in a moment, and I pop it right away to give myself 40% movement speed, but also make myself immune to slows for 1 second and during the duration. Wait a second. Nope. No, I'm only for 1 second. I cleanse myself of slows, and I am immune to slows for 1 second after I activate that. So with my 10% movement speed from Rod, my 10% movement speed from Winged Blade, with my extra 18% movement speed from Traveler's Shoes, and the 40% movement speed from Slipstream, I am moving pretty much twice as fast as anyone has any right to in this game, and it is allowing me to rotate and keep these minions pushed, and basically at twice the time, which means if they're at the tower, that's half the damage that they're doing, and so this is actually working out really well. I think this is a great showcase of this build because Siege, although it is a smaller map, although it is a relatively bigger map than Arena, it's still a smaller map in comparison to Conquest, so I'm really able to traverse it. As you see, I pop the Whirlwind, and actually the Awilix is not doing too much damage to me because I've got a decent amount of health. Remember, I've got that extra health. I pop my ultimate, but she jumps over it and actually makes her immune. I've got my Whirlwind, and she jumps right into it. Now the Xbalanque is going towards me, and because he's blinked in and basically gotten the kill, Bordeaux's able to go ahead and take him out without any options for him to get away. The Awilix has to force an Aegis, and now she is still re-aggressing onto Bordeaux here, but our Alpwatch is coming around the right-hand side. Drake Bell is going down by our Kieran, our Hun bots, but the Awilix is still pressuring, and I'm thinking, what the hell is this Awilix building? She is like acting like a freaking tank, and I realize after looking at the items that she's building, that she is building like a tank. She's got freaking Bulwark of Hope, Hide of the Urchin, and like Breastplate of Valor. And I've seen this a lot of times. I want to talk to people about this. A Willix tank kind of works. It actually is really good at disrupting play, at taking down squishies. You have pretty much enough damage to take down like an Alpwatch who's not building any defense. Typically, if I didn't have so much health, you might be able to take me down. If I wasn't so mobile, you might be able to. But, you know, it's just really annoying, and she can get away with Suku so well. Plus, she's probably got full cooldown. It's just really, really good. Now, Kukulkan's passive is the fact that is called Power of the Wind Jewel. And what that really means is that you want to build him with mana because his magical power is increased by 5% of his maximum mana. So 5% of your maximum mana is basically what that means is that you're going to get 5% of that as magical power. And you can see it, it's 102 extra power I've got right now. If you were to not upgrade anything, it would give you an extra 58.25 magical power, okay? And that's really good. But the idea is with Kukulkan, you typically build items like Book of Thoth or items that will grant you some extra additional mana because you can really get that extra value from it. And of course, when you're using his Whirlwind and Tornadoes, earlier on in the game, I was finding myself actually running out of mana. I see I pop out and I hit a basic attack onto the Kukulkan, but he actually hits me with his Zephyr, whereas I miss mine, and he ends up, after the Xbalanque ult, sniping me with his ult, a perfect counterplay to what I was doing. They came at me out of nowhere. It was so fast. I was trapped on the right side of the corridor with really nowhere to go except the left or the right. And because I was trapped to my left, I literally had one option of movement unless I wanted to stay still. And they knew I didn't want to do that. He lined it up perfectly, and I got taken out, and now I'm 9-6. I'm thinking I'm doing really well, but at least the Hun boss looks like he's getting a little bit of revenge for me as he goes ahead and helps defend this left-hand side. I've been getting aggressed on by 2 or 3 members of them, but our team has been coming back in good positions, and basically after their good stuff is down, used to kill me, I got 2 ultimates on trying to kill me. They were able to go ahead and finish them off relatively easily. Now, Kukulkan's ultimate's probably one of the most, not notorious, but most notable things about him. It does a sick ton of damage, but has quite a delay. Over his course of his lifetime, that delay has been decreased to make him more viable and make it a little easier to hit, but still, it is not the easiest ability to hit. It takes a lot of mechanical accuracy, and so you're seeing me miss it and hit it. Professional players who are fantastic at mechanical things like lasses or really, he's the main example right now. He's just playing out of his mind in the SPL, and he's my favorite player and favorite streamer, has been for a while. But I got to stop this. We'll talk about mechanical things and Kukulkan's ultimate in a second. I've got the Willix here, and Fatalis is letting me keep up with her, but now I've got the 50% slow, and I'm basically running around her. Willix has no idea what to do. This is Slippery Serpent's Kukulkan. She's got no idea what's happening, but I've got my ultimate, and neither does Hun Bots. He gets hit with it, and the Zephyr takes him out. It's basically a 2-shot. The Kukulkan has nowhere to go, but now it's 3v1. He's coming towards me, and he's trying to hit me. He uses his ultimate, but I pop my Aegis and turn around with the immunity to slows, and I get the double kill. The Willix was hanging around waiting to get my death happening, but I've been surviving at 387 health for the entirety of the rest of that fight, and I basically get the double kill and switch the tide for my team. I'm now 11-6, and someone's asking me, do I know a Nuki's top 5? Why? I have no idea. Do they want me to do a top 5? I could do a Raynday's top 5. Welcome back to the Rain. Okay, my voice hurts. I can't do that. I gotta be puppeteer tomorrow, guys. I'm gonna be actually away for the weekend doing a workshop. I like to do workshops with kids. It's one of the things I do as well, and obviously as we get to know each other, I've said this before, but I've got so many newer subs lately. You guys don't necessarily know what I do outside of this, but I'm a personal development facilitator, and I spend a lot of time volunteering in workshops that support children, support teens, and adults in self-development and positive growth. It's probably one of the reasons why I do so much kind of positive coaching here in Smite. But yeah, tomorrow my whole thing is I got to be a puppeteer. I'm a macho monkey, and I'm a cynical chameleon, I think, or maybe some type of reptile. But I'm getting into it, and so I got to save my voice a little bit here. So I can't quite do my top 5 yet, but definitely wish me luck for that. And I'll be back on Monday with some more uploads, but not gonna be doing it Sunday. And yeah, I should be back Monday, no problem. But let's talk about Kukulkan's ultimate, so you guys at least have that and this pretty long video to go on for the rest of the weekend. Spirit of the Nine wins, 800 damage plus 120% of your magical power. Like I said, over the course of his career, Kukulkan has had this, Kukulkan used to be named basically Ao Kuang. And so pretty much now he's called Kukulkan. Ao Kuang has been turned into what you know as Ao Kuang now. But yeah, Kukulkan here. I've got my ultimate available. I think I'm going to hit somebody, and I hit nobody. But it looks like our Alpwatch is in a bad spot, but gets knocked up. Oh my god, the Kukulkan is not still, the Alpwatch is still alive, but the Kukulkan is going down. One basic attack finishes up. I'm on a killing spree. That's 3 kills in a row. The Willix is here, and she dodges the Zephyr like a pro. But I hit her with 3 basic attacks. That's 300 damage already. I'm trying to hit a 4th, but I can't do it. The Whirlwind here, but she dodges right into it. So now the Zephyr, the slow, the Whirlwind, the Bulwark, proc activates, but the monkey jumps after her. Kieran, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, takes her down, and Royal, a Willix who just wouldn't die for so many times in this video, is dead, and we're ready to attack left lane. Like I was saying, I believe with Kukulkan, that ultimate has been growing faster and faster. He was used to be out Kwong, so he's had a lot of things changed about him. He has a complete Pantheon shift, and he's had his ultimate increase. We're deciding to just tank. The monkey says, Kieran's like, yo, let's just tank this. I see Hunbot's coming in. He's going to try and activate his ultimate, but we jump out just in time, and he uses beads, but the ultimate is off the mark because we get the Phoenix, and I'm pretty much out of range by the time it starts. Now he's in a bad spot. We get their Phoenix down. I hit the Zephyr onto the Jibbalonki, and as the time I'm about to kill him, the team decides to surrender. The salt must be real on their side because it wasn't exactly over and they're actually leading in gold. But you know what? Sometimes some teams just don't feel they could pull it out. You know, on my case, I would have never surrendered that game, especially since we had fought back so well. They do a good job, but guess what? Slippery Serpent Kukulkan, not too shabby, actually can work. A lot of these Daremies, we're finding out that they can actually work if you play them the right way, and it's a lot of fun to take a build where you're building movement speed for a god that you typically would build a ton of magical power and see how well you can do. If you have any ideas for what to do next, you can even dare me which mode to play, how to play that mode, what to play with the god, what abilities I can use, what abilities I can't use, and other cool things like that. I love this series. I love the interaction. Here are my damage numbers, which are pretty decent, and of course, really interesting to see Kukulkan pretty much maxed out in movement speed. The dude is fast, especially with that number 2 activated. And as always, Kukulkan, just a dangerous player. I finished this build up with Book of Thoth and Rod of Tahuti. Now, you guys can choose different items. If you wanted to go with a little bit more utility, you can go Gem of Isolation, which would be maybe more in the line because your Whirlwind and your Zephyr would make people slowed additionally. So, you know, that may be like more of the, you know, Slippery Serpent, right? You're slowing people as well with your Whirlwind Tornado. So not only are you fast, you're slowing them. That may be more thematically correct, but this is the way I decided to go because I'm sorry, I'm kind of solo queuing and I wanted to be a little nice to my teammates to give us a chance to win. I already bought freaking Rod of Asclepius on Kukulkan, and that's just not something you do. But hey, I did it anyways, and don't even get me started on Fatalis. But hey, those basic attacks though, here we go. We got Book of Thoth here, like I said, giving you that mana, and the mana stacks as well, which really help to increase my magical power late game. And of course, Rod of Tahuti, one of the singular best items you can have to increase your overall magical power in just one item. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. That's the best way to support me. And stay tuned to all of this other Smite content that I'll be producing for you guys in the near future. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, remember to never give up, never stop gaming, and I'll see you guys next time.